I will say, as somebody with ADHD who definitely does not have autism, I've taken the self screens for autism, and I don't know what the is up with you people. Sorry, that was very mean. Listen, I'm not autistic, is my point. From one neurodivergency to another, there are overlapping elements, but where was I going with this? I don't know. I think I just said that exclusively to insult autistic people. I'm sorry. 6 people with autism versus one fake. Let's go.
Any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the hardest
even me
thing.
myself, it's like I think I'm the mole, honestly.
Brought together 7 people with autism. One of them does not have
I
autism.
think we just talk about our disabilities.
I prefer disorder.
Disorder, yeah.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed in middle school.
Okay, it's the guy on the right.
And then I transitioned to a school for people on the spectrum. Once I graduated middle school and went to that school.
I fear heavy stereotyping is near. No, come on no. This will be really easy because, as we all know, all autists are savants. So the one who's not a savant clearly is going to be the non-autist.
Kind of really enjoyed where I was at and everything. This is really hard because there's like so many.
Which one
eyes
does
on
not
me
like
already.
trains?
It's just taken a while to
All you gotta
accept
ask.
that I have a disorder. There's people who I've met myself who say you have autism, and my family would be like, did you tell him you have did you tell him you have a disability? No, I don't think I need to, but reality, it really does help to know that I do have autism.
They first suspected me of being autistic when I was 5, but they hesitated to diagnose me because I was too intelligent.
Okay, immediately I'm clocking Amanda. I'll be honest. I think that this is gonna get me so canceled if she's not the one, but I feel like she's overdoing it just a smidge. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it seems a little bit too on the nose.
I mean, that's a compliment right there, being too intelligent.
Be careful.
I think it's in some ways a
No.
little bit of an insult.
I was diagnosed at the age of 2.
Listen, I have friends who are autistic. It's fine.
I don't see it as a disorder or a disability because I don't see my autism as something that's negatively affected my life because I like who I am, I like the way I think, and I don't want to change a single thing about myself.
Honestly, being here is we have to. Oh, go ahead, Amanda. Sorry, I've spoken so much.
I personally see autism as a disability. I have a master's in disability studies. The medical model of disability inherently says that autism or any other disability is within our own fault and that we are the cause of the disability. But the social model of disability says that society is the cause of the disability. So autism is a disability because
It's gotta be her. It has to be. I'm clocking it, man. I'm clocking it. I'm locking it in. Final call. It's gotta be her.
society is not made for me. That disability comes from without, not within. I grew up autistic and deaf.
My experience says is the first guy because parents hate hearing their kid is autistic unless millennial parents are cooler. Millennial parents tend to be much cooler, okay? Millennial parents hear their kid is autistic and they're like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I will say that there's still a lot of Get down from the fucking table, please.
And I grew up feeling like I was such an outcast and I was the odd one out. Oh, hey, I just used the name of the... That was fun.
I was diagnosed when I was 4 years old, and
I'm autistic and I picked out the mole the second they spoke. Well, you're cheating.
it's it's always been a
They're not like
difficult
you
process
autists.
for me. Basically growing up, going to school and everything. Know that people don't perceive me as this normal guy. So I figure if I'm going to be this autistic person, might as well be the best autistic person that I can be. I always
Preach.
yeah. I always try my best to excel in school. I always tend to be like one of the smartest kid in school. That's a whole stereotype.
I would consider myself a late bloomer. I was diagnosed at the age of 22. I went most of my life always knowing that there's something different about me, but I couldn't put my finger on it. The reason why I only got diagnosed this year was because I recently moved to a large metropolitan area that has many resources, and so that was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Okay, so far I think she's in the clear. This guy's in the clear.
In my life because I have access to therapy, and I was finally able to get an answer that I was always
Real talk, I'm still 50-50 on this girl. I'm joking a lot, but I genuinely don't know yet.
looking for. I really, really struggled to fit in. I really struggled to be able to come up with the right words to get other kids to want to talk to me. and so I stood out pretty badly, and that continued throughout my entire time in grade school. I remember first feeling what depression was when I was around 6.
So when I was in
Jesus.
university, they make us do these psychological studies because I was studying psychology, and they have different things you can apply for. And I noticed one of them was they were studying autism in women, specifically like people who are older.
Okay, so you're telling me that you went to college for psychology and you specifically studied autism in women as a woman who is now on this show for picking out the fake autist. That's interesting.
So I applied, and that was how I got my diagnosis, which was like I was 21 then. My wife and like one of my friends are actually the only people that know I've been diagnosed. So surprise family or friends, anyone who's watching. It was like an eye opener. It was kind of bittersweet because it was like, I'm happy now. I have answers to all things that were going on before that I thought might have been something wrong with me.
That was really vague. No, I'm serious. I think she's the fake.
There's nothing wrong with you, okay? You're amazing.
I agree with that.
I agree. I agree now.
Should I go ahead? Yeah.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with when I was a child, but I didn't know I was autistic because, I mean, as a 2, 3, 4-year-old, I mean, I don't know how one even knows what's supposed to be up with them. So it's definitely hard to speak in a group situation because I can never tell the rules of like how to, like when to talk and when to speak up. It's kind of like just jumping in like right when you're kind of feeling like it.
I think
Plus,
Chai's
I've also
fine.
blocked a lot of my childhood memories from trauma. And, so I lived my whole life just wondering why I couldn't connect to people.
Understand
understand
feelings
each
and-
other.
Yeah. Can I ask you
Yeah.
guys a questions about like what are stimulants? Like, do you guys like chew gum, or do you guys like have anything that you
Stimming.
guys do specifically to like keep you guys calm or keep you guys? Go ahead, Amanda.
The color pink.
The color pink.
Nice. I see
Okay.
your
It's my
pink right
favorite
there.
color in the whole world. My whole room is pink. At home, my bed is pink, my bedspread is pink, and my pillows are pink, and my rug is pink, and my carpet is pink. I even have a framed pink picture of mine, and most of my clothes are pink. I love pink. It's the best color in the whole world.
Okay. Okay. I've never heard
I love
color.
blue too.
I like blue.
I don't know. It seems very over the top. I don't know. There are people who have autism who act like this, and like, yeah, oh man, I don't know.
Too, but pink is better.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it's subjective.
I feel like trying to call it in this is like, by default, you're just being an ableist piece of shit. So, for right now, we're just going to own it and be ableist pieces of shit together. Okay, chat? It's fine.
I feel about the term high functioning.
I don't like that
I
term
didn't
at
really
all.
think about it too much.
I don't think I think about it either.
Autism is
My personal opinion on this is I don't know what else to call it, because when you say low functioning autistic, like there is a level of autism, at least what we understand to be autism, where you're so asocial and so incapable of like participating in social activities that, like, you know, it is legitimately a disorder where like you need extra accommodations to the point like you can't participate in a regular group setting or a regular class setting. It becomes a disability at some point. You know what I mean? So like there's high functioning, which is like, you know, there's mid functioning too. It's called a spectrum for a reason. Yeah, but people are like mixed on like what that spectrum entails. You know what I mean? Like if you call it high functioning versus low functioning, then that becomes like, oh, we're calling people with low functioning lesser. But I'm sorry, like I'm not saying they're lesser, by the way. I'm not. We're all human. But what I am saying is that, you know, to the extent that they can participate in these activities, they are lower functioning. You know, that's just kind of how it is.
too much of a spectrum. So many people with autism have so many different experiences.
I can't choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the hardest
Even me
thing.
myself, like it's like I think I'm the mole, honestly. Like
Like how they were like, try to find the
Oh.
one. We're like, maybe there's
Okay,
not.
Tim. He admitted it. He admitted
Even a
it. We're done.
person who's neurotypical might just be an undiagnosed autistic.
Yeah.
You never know that. You never know about that.
I mean, like, damn, all this relates. Wait a second. Huh.
The mole might not be neurotypical. Just because someone doesn't have autism doesn't mean the mole could have like ADHD or OCD
Actual
and
anxiety.
could be overlapping the symptoms that could be
That's
associated
true.
with autism as well.
My kid.
I will say, as somebody with ADHD who definitely does not have autism, I've taken the self screens for autism, and I don't know what the fuck is up with you people. Sorry, that was very mean. Listen, I'm not autistic, is my point. From one neurodivergency to another, there are overlapping elements, but where was I going with this? I don't know. I think I just said that exclusively to insult autistic people. I'm sorry.
It has a genetic condition that is not autism, but does manifest behaviorally and neurologically in many ways that are similar to autism. So when people interact with my kid, they often see an autistic child.
What I was going to say is there are certainly overlapping symptoms, but like elements of sociality. I've had problems interacting with people socially, but not in my adult life. The reasons that I had problems with interacting with people in a social capacity is because I just wasn't taught that well how to do it. But once I learned how to do it, it became very intuitive very quickly. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of tossed to sharks in boiling water as a server, right? So as a server, you kind of got to learn really quickly, like what makes people happy, what people don't like, what they do like, and be a people pleaser. And I picked up on that very easily. You know, I've always kind of been a people pleaser ever since I figured that out. And I don't know, it just comes naturally. Like I know what people want to hear. I know how to, I know how to come off decently well in conversation such that people enjoy my presence, I feel like. So I know that there are many autistic people who can do that too. It's just a matter of how naturally does that come and how much do you actually need to learn how to do it? You know what I mean? A people pleaser and a weasel squeezer. I don't know what that means.
Child, but my kid doesn't.
Is it a masturbation
isn't
joke?
autistic.
Does
Then
autism
yes.
run in any of your guys' family?
I realized I was autistic because my little half brother, he's 5 years old. Well, I guess he's 7 now. Whoops, I don't know his age.
Oh shit.
I see
Okay, that's ADHD. Straight up.
him. I'm like, wasn't I like that when I was a kid? My mom was like, yeah, because we thought you're autistic too. I was like, what?
Important to keep in mind though, 80% of people with autism also have ADHD.
And I just found out that my youngest nephew was just recently diagnosed with autism as well. So, but luckily he had an uncle who already experienced everything that he's going to experience, and I can and I could be a mentor towards him.
Yeah, my dad is an undiagnosed autistic. Sorry, Dad.
Oh, called
Go
out.
ahead.
Do you ever like wake up and feel like you're not autistic and like, or like you
Sus.
have a disability? You're like, this is just me. Like,
Yes.
I feel that way.
It's called masking.
I think I could be seen as neurotypical passing sometimes because I try to hide as much symptoms as possible because I was trained to do so at a very early age.
People that don't have experience with others who have autism.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm narrowing it down to two. One is this girl right here, and I don't know her name. Two is the girl who likes the color pink a lot. It's one of those two.
Experience with others who have autism. They expect us to stand out, and that's not always the case. You know, I mean, we all look like humans.
I think you can blame that partly on the media, how they portray us.
We don't really have good representation of us.
no, we don't.
What that movie
That's
with
true.
Dustin Hoffman,
No,
Rain
autistic
Man.
representation in media is always the same. It's always like, oh, you have autism, that makes you less than me. But wait a minute, you're actually a savant. You can play the piano like better than fucking anyone else in the world. Or you're like, yeah, like Sheldon, you're an astrophysicist with like deep knowledge of how rockets work and how we could get to Jupiter. Or there was that one show, The Good Doctor, right? You have intimate knowledge of human anatomy and physiology that allows you to, do doctor stuff better than anyone else. It's like so stupid. It's so fucked up. It's like, oh, can this person provide value to the society? That actually is that makes them that gives them their worth, right? That makes them useful as a human being. No, shut the fuck up. Like we're all just trying to do our thing. There are savants that exist, certainly, but like, I don't think even most autistic people are savants, nor do they want to be. They just want to live their fucking life,
Where you being on the spectrum automatically mean you're good at gambling. I wish I was good at gambling or something.
None of them have the same experiences that I do.
Wait. You being on the spectrum could just mean you're good at gambling? What was that?
There's no way to have pinpointed, oh, this person is more quiet, this person is more socially awkward. There's no way to tell who was autistic or not.
On
It
the
is hard
count of
sometimes.
3, will the mole please raise their
Ooh.
hand?
Okay, wait,
One.
we gotta call it. Hold on. This one's rough. Was easy peasy for me. Shut up. Come on, Alec, you can do this. You're a fucking psych nurse. Just hold on. It's either Pink Girl, who's way overdoing it, or it's Psychology Girl, who clearly studied psychology, like autism in women and thinks she knows everything about it. She barely talked at all, by the way. Like, I just, man, I don't know. Even they're having issues with this, by the way. It's so hard. Okay. Okay, August says pink girl, so I'm going with the girl in the black shirt. We'll say pink girl's being true to herself.
On the count of 3, will the mole please raise their hand?
Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
What? No! Oh, fuck, dude. How?
Who could have seen that coming? I totally didn't see that coming.
I was shook.
I was like, no, it cannot be.
That's
her.
what I
It can't-
thought.
It can't be her.
I never would have guessed.
I actually didn't lie about anything. I just flipped out autism with FASD, and it stands for fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. I was exposed to alcohol when I was inside my mom in the womb for the first 5 months, and you can kind of think of FASD as a spectrum just like ASD.
Even though she might not have been autistic, there are a lot of overlaps between autism and many other neurological disabilities.
FASD is never talked about. I've never met a single person who shares that diagnosis with me.
What differences do you see between people with autism versus?
I actually see a ton of similarities.
Wow.
And I wouldn't want to discredit anybody else's experience, but autism does run in my family very heavily. My dad has autism. I have a sister that has autism. And I have
Alec gonna get canceled for saying Amanda was ever doing it. Stop. You cannot deny that there is very present and obvious signs of autism behavior there. I thought that it was so obvious that she was overdoing it. That's what I thought. I thought that she was just doing the thing that she thought she was supposed to do to look autistic. That's what I thought, okay? There's nothing wrong with her. She just is who she is, and I thought that was the thing that was going on, okay? Stop. I'm not canceled. I'm not canceled. You're canceled. You're canceled. All of you are canceled.
quite a few cousins who have autism. And I also have quite a few friends who have autism.
Damn, we're not your first.
The autism community accepts you.
I love you guys.
Hey.
Getting a diagnosis can be a whirlwind of emotions. As long as you stay true to yourself, I promise you everything's gonna end up okay.
We are more than the label that defines us. At each label
is
we
true.
have is a whole spectrum.
A diagnosis does not define somebody. Everybody is completely unique, whether you're neurotypical or neurodivergent.
Okay, that was very good. Just to add a little bit to the conversation, I guess, being somebody who's ADHD, I agree that like your diagnosis does not define you, but it certainly helps you understand yourself, and I think that's the important thing. Getting an autistic a diagnosis of autism or ADHD or any other neurodivergency only matters insofar as it helps you understand yourself and live your best life. If getting that diagnosis it does what I just said, it helps you understand yourself and live a better life, then that's good. That's a positive thing. You know, I tell people that I was diagnosed with ADHD a few years ago, and they say, I'm sorry. And I'm like, what? Why are you sorry? Like, that's just a thing that always was. It's a thing that is, and it's just who I am. You know, I forget things. I talk out of line sometimes, and I own these things. I don't use it as an excuse. It just helps me understand myself better and work on myself. Certainly ADHD has its downfalls, but I think there's some benefits as well. So I don't know. When I got that diagnosis, so many things suddenly made sense. So I think it's, from what I've heard, it's mostly the same with autism. We are pretty sure that Katie is also autistic, although she has not gotten an official diagnosis yet. She's taken many screenings, and I myself, who am a psych nurse, have seen her symptoms, I would say. And I think understanding her as autistic helps us understand a lot of her behaviors and a lot of her tendencies a little bit better, and it helps her understand herself better. So we will probably get an official diagnosis soon, but anyway, my only point is, you know, if you're autistic, ADHD, whatever else, whatever other neurodivergency, you are beautiful, you are awesome, and we love you. And when we rip on you, it's not to make fun of you. It's both to make fun of you and to make fun of you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. Come join us on the Twitch chat, please. Come tell me how ableist I am, how cringeworthy and canceled I must be after this. And join my YouTube membership program, youtube.com/AldecunterTTV/join. And you can pay 99 cents a month to be part of my awesome community of people who are also paying me 99 cents a month. To have a cool badge next to their name, 4 unique emotes that they can use in the comments, and early access to videos. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.